Hi everyone, this is my discussion board post for the Humane Society website review. So after looking over all of the questions and reviewing the website, for the first question, what can West Michigan Humane website do to make their page more user-friendly? Honestly, the website was very put together in my opinion. I couldn't come up with much. The only things that I could really think of was maybe have like a search bar instead of just drop downs. Like the drop downs were good, but maybe a search bar too if someone has like something a little bit more specific they're looking for. And then maybe just making some of the font a little bigger, kind of just like under some of the information. And then for what are some additional category and information content I would wish to see? And what are some things you suggest that could be removed? I didn't really, a lot of things seem to be there. More so kind of just like maybe have a section of where people could go for like animal neglect and cruelty. There was kind of a little bit of like housing crisis, but maybe specifically that. And then for 3 improvements I would recommend would be, again, the search bar, and maybe making the like mission, vision, and values more apparent on the website. And then lastly, for the events, maybe to make like a calendar layout to like show when the events are and what times. And then for what type of signature event or program do you think the Humane Society of West Michigan should add to their organization? I was trying really hard to think of something interesting. I came up with like 2 ideas, maybe of like maybe one weekend every month having the whole weekend where the adoption fees are like cheaper or waived for some animals, maybe that have been there for a certain amount of time. And then secondly, maybe have a day each month when schools can bring their kids to play with the animals, but this could also teach them about like responsibility and kindness towards the animals, something like that. And for what regional or local nonprofits do I think they should team up with? Again, I was trying to think a little bit outside the box. I thought it would maybe be interesting for them to team up with the Michigan Wildlife Center. If they teamed up, they could like help with animal education and create like a campaign about like humane care for all animals, not just like dogs, cats, small animals. And then the Happy Cat Cafe in Grand Rapids, more local. For the cats that need adoption, they could be from the Humane Society, and this is kind of more just for like a space for like social interaction, and I feel like this could help the shelter reach a wider audience. Alright, and then for the design elements that I felt were outdated or distracting, again, nothing really caught my eye. I just said that maybe the cover picture of the dog could be updated. It's not necessarily outdated, but maybe it could just showcase like more animals than just dogs. And then were there moments when you felt unsure of where to click next? I said no. I felt like everything was really straightforward. The drop downs were really helpful, and I feel like each tab under the drop down was super self-explanatory. And lastly, what info did you expect to find but couldn't? Again, none, but what I did not expect to find but did was the pet food assistance, the like euthanasia like assistance, and pet crisis housing. I thought those were all very helpful and interesting things that I did not expect to find. So yeah.